Hi there, I'm Monica Cueva from San Diego Continuing Education, and in this video I will walk you through how to set up a Google Cloud assignment in Canvas. So let's get started. In this video, you will learn how to add a Google Drive item link to your course navigation. You will also integrate your Google account with Canvas, and you will learn how to create a Google Cloud assignment within Canvas. Now you might be wondering what a Google Cloud assignment even is. It's a tool that allows you to create a copy of a Google Doc, a Google Slide, or a Google Sheet for each student in your class. And then students can make changes on the file copy directly from the Canvas assignment, and they're able to submit the changes they've made on the file copy from within the Canvas assignment. So everything is done within Canvas. Students don't have to go outside of Canvas to access their Google Drive. Okay, so now that you know what to expect, let's go ahead and jump right into Canvas. We're now in a Canvas course shell, and over in the left course navigation, if you do not see the Google Drive item link in your course shell, then you need to add that. In order to add it, we'll go down to the bottom and we'll select Settings. And then we'll make sure to select the third tab, Navigation, up at the top. And we have two groups of items. The ones on the bottom are not visible to students in your course. So we want to find Google Drive, and we want to click on that and drag it up to the top group and release our finger from the mouse. And now it's amongst the items that are visible to students in the course. So then we want to be sure to scroll down to the bottom and click the blue Save button. Great, and now you'll see Google Drive on the left course navigation. So let's click on this. And now we want to connect our Google account with Canvas. And your students will also have to do this before they use this feature in Canvas. You should only have to do it one time if using your personal computer or device. And in order to do this, you of course first need to set up a Google account. And then you'll be able to connect your account with Canvas. Okay, so we clicked on Google Drive, and now all we need to do is click this button down at the bottom that says Authorize, and choose the email address that you would like to connect with Canvas. Enter your password and then select Allow, and this will enable the integration with your Google account and Canvas. And your students go through that same process. And again, it should only be one time. Great, so now you can see that my Google account has been connected. And let's now go ahead and create the assignment. So you can do this one of two ways. You could click on Assignments and create a new one, or you could go through modules, which is how I will demonstrate this. So I'll click on Modules, and I have a module here created up at the top. So I'll just click on the plus sign on the right to add an assignment. Make sure it says Add Assignment, and then I want to click to add a new assignment, or I could select one of my previous assignments. Then I'll enter a title, and I'll click the blue Add Item button on the bottom right. Great, I will publish this so we can view it later. And now you see my assignment. I'll click this so that we can begin editing. I'll click Edit in the top right. And now I'm in my assignment. I have the title here. I can enter any instructions in this text box for my assignment. I usually add a line such as this that says click on the gray button or tab below to complete this assignment. And you'll see what that looks like when we go into student view. You might want to add points for this assignment, and the important part is here, submission type. Click this drop-down box and select External Tool. You'll see this window appear, and you want to click Find. These are all our external tools. You'll scroll down to G and see Google Docs Cloud Assignment. Click that, and it will open your Google Drive. And even though it says Google Docs Assignment, you have the option to add a Google Doc, which is the blue icon, or you could add a Google Slide, which is yellow, or a Google Sheet, which is green. For this demonstration, I will add a Google Doc. So we'll go ahead and click on this file here. I've selected it, so now I can click Submit in the bottom left. And I'll click Select one more time. And now you can see that a link has been added here. And you also, I would recommend selecting the little checkbox here that says Load this tool in a new tab. This will make it much easier for students to view and access this Google Drive. It will appear in a whole new tab instead of in a small embedded section in your Canvas assignment. Now, after you have updated all your assignment settings, we'll go to the bottom and we'll select Save on the bottom right. Great, and you have now added a Google Docs Cloud assignment. So let's take a look at this from the student view. Now we're in student view, and you can see the assignment that the instructor just created. So as a student, I will click on the assignment. And now you can see the instructor's instructions up here that were typed. To click on the gray button, and the gray button appears because we selected that little checkbox when creating the assignment that said to load this tool in a new tab. If we hadn't checked that box, then we would see the Google Doc embedded here on this page in a small window, and it would be difficult for students to add their response and view everything on the document at one time, and the student might not know how to expand the window on their own. So I've found that it works better to check that tab, allowing students to click this gray button to open it in a new tab and see the whole assignment. And now when the student views the assignment, this is their own copy. So they can make any changes on this document and it will not affect any of the other students' assignments. So I can type the student's name, the student can enter the date. The instructor has included instructions, and so these will appear on every student's version of this assignment, but if a student accidentally deletes the instructions, it will only affect their copy and it won't affect everyone's copy of this assignment. So the student can read the instructions, and then below that can begin typing their submission. There's a title, then they can begin typing their paragraph, and all changes are saved automatically to this document, so the student can leave Canvas and come back later and see all their changes saved here. But the teacher will not be able to view any of this until the student actually submits the assignment. And you can see here in the instructions, I've told the student, when you are finished, click the blue submit button in the top right. So you can see here in the top right, it says submit. So after I click this, not much has changed for the student. It all looks the same, but you'll notice in the top left, it shows the time and date that this assignment was submitted. And so now that the student has submitted this assignment, the teacher can go into their SpeedGrader for this assignment, and they can view all their student submissions and make any comments and provide any feedback on the assignment just as you are able to for any other Canvas assignment. Now that you have completed this video, you should have a Google Drive item link visible in your Canvas course navigation. Your Google account should now be integrated with Canvas, and you have now learned how to create an assignment with the Google Docs Cloud Assignment external tool. More resources related to this topic are available below this video in YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that it has helped you, and please feel free to connect with us. Thank you.